What's up everyone, it is I, Magician88, and once again I'm going to be casting some StarCraft 2 Heart of the Swarm action sent to me by my friend LXE, also known as Eric. This is basically a replay. Yeah, okay, so let's see, streams up, everything's up, cool. Alright, so in the top right hand corner, spawning as the Red Terran on Neoplanet S, it is going to be LXE. And spawning as the blue Protoss on the bottom left hand corner, it's going to be B. Now, this is a TVP match on Neo Planet S, so I wonder what both players are going to do. I think generally speaking, we should be seeing maybe just like one base off B for a while until he scouts out any potential expansions. Meanwhile, I'd probably expect LXE to just stick with Bio for the time being. Mech doesn't seem to be all that viable against Protoss at this particular point in time. Let's see what happens, I guess. We already have the barracks coming down now, so it looks like LXE might be going 1 max expand. I believe that's actually a really powerful build to go against Protoss. Meanwhile, B dropping down the gateway, so you won't be seeing anything too strange. We should be seeing some very normal play here. There goes the assimilator right there for the gas, which means B going for the more standard opener. Meanwhile, LXE decided to just fill up the wall as quickly as possible with a supply depot at 14. I think that's a little bit early. Might not be too early, but regardless, anyway, that's how it's going to be. So, with that further ado, let's just continue with the game here. This SCV is going to scout out everything. He's going to know that the gas has come out at a very normal time. We should be seeing an assimilator coming down as well. 250 minerals, that's actually a little bit strange of a mineral count, I guess. Oh, what do we have here? A probe here. Maybe thinking of just dropping down a proxy pylon already. I think that's actually going to be a little bit early, I think, because he's not going to be able to warp in anything for quite some time. Meanwhile, LXE is going to be thinking, wow, we may be thinking why there's only just one supply depot, but he's already got one marine out here, so any kind of proxy zealot rush is going to be futile. Quite futile, in fact. Now, we do have this SCV coming down right here, and LXE is currently trying to save up some of those minerals to build a command center. We should be seeing it thrown down in just a little bit, although he did just make another marine. There goes the command center. Yes, there is the command center right there. So anyway, we do have this SCV still scouting out the base of B. Meanwhile, B is just going to be not actually researching Warp Gate right now, which is actually a pretty surprising move to have. Anyway, he's just continuing to make zealots, and he has this one zealot right there. He should try to get that zealot to just chase away that SCV. Yeah, there he goes. We actually have another we have a proxy Stargate actually for B, so we should be seeing maybe oracles coming out, or apparently oracles going oracle first is becoming a little bit more weaker than usual. A lot of players generally tend to go just start off with Phoenix. Actually, they go to the Phoenix Colossus build in the pro scene, at least for PvT. But these two Marines, do they spot them? No, they do not actually. They're just out of vision. So this Stargate should be building something right away. There goes the Oracle. So it is going to be an Oracle first. Do we see any missile turrets? No. And LXE actually not realizing at all that the Stargate is actually there. Now here comes the Warp Gate research, and I see now that delaying the Warp Gate research was just a way of getting the Stargate and the Oracle up a little bit faster for B, which is probably a really, really good idea. He's also going to get the Forge, so he may be thinking of getting some cannons just in case of a counterattack, which of course would be really, really effective right now. He's only got two probes on this gas, so that's a little bit strange. But anyway, here comes the Oracle, and I don't think it was spotted by LXE. No, maybe it was, but anyway, here comes the Oracle. How many kills is it going to get? We'll find out very soon. There goes 1, there goes 2, there goes 3, and does LXE even realize? No, yes he is. Now he's going to send his 4 Marines. So you've got to remember, one Oracle can take out up to 6 Marines at the same time, which is actually really, really effective. Which is why it's really, really effective against Marines. But this Oracle, unfortunately, though, is actually out of energy, so she won't be able to attack for quite some time. LXE should probably look into dropping down an engineering bay, and there goes the first engineering bay right there. Actually, it should be... okay, there it is. It's actually right there. For some reason, it's not actually centering on the camera. We should see some Phoenixes, and I think B. He is actually going to drop down his Nexus now, so that's a really, really good move. He should also look into dropping down a robotics facility and start making Colossus. But unfortunately, that was a bit of a mistake right there. That Oracle. You got to remember, when you activate the Pulsar Beam, it takes away 25 energy. So you don't want to activate the Pulsar Beam when your Oracle only has 25 energy. You want to let the Oracle actually save up a lot of energy before activating the Pulsar Beam and wrecking everything else. Right now, it looks like B is just going to stick to. It's going to leave this Stargate alone for a while. I think that might not be such a good move. Okay, maybe it is actually a pretty good move, seeing that there's actually quite a lot of Marines here already. 6 Marines is going to be enough to... Actually, no, 6 Marines is barely going to take out the Oracle, but with the missile turret here, this mineral line is actually going to be quite safe. This mineral line here is actually going to be quite safe as well with this missile turret here, so a good reaction for LXE. Now we actually have a bit of a defense here for B, and this is actually going to be pretty good against currently just a Marine heavy force. Although I think right now, if LXE tries to push out, he might actually be able to break through, but at what cost? That's the big question. We do have Stim being researched right now. Meanwhile, B is actually going to go for +1 ground for his army, and there goes the robotics bay. Could we be seeing a robotics support bay very soon? I'm not entirely sure. We'll find out very soon. Another starport for LXE, so it looks like he is going to be committing to a bio army with possibly medevacs as well. That's actually going to be really, really good. He's going to try and do a couple of drops and try and harass B as much as possible. Seeing that B managed to take out so many workers with that Oracle. And where is that Oracle anyway? Is it dead? Oh, actually, yeah, the Oracle's dead. Damn it! If we look at the workers lost tab, which I think is... units lost. So we lost. So right now, 8 workers lost for LXE. So that's actually going to be putting him behind quite a bit. As you can see right now, he's got. Well, he's actually managed to get more workers than B right now. So actually, he's actually quite ahead. So really, the harass of B didn't really do all too much damage. Probably delayed LXE by just a little bit, but in the end, LXE has still got more supply and more units, but he does have less resources at this particular point in time. I think right now B needs to work on his macro. He is going to go for a 4 Zealot drop, maybe dropping around here to try to do a bit of harass. That would actually be really, really potent right now, especially since the majority of LXE's forces are actually just sitting at the front. This could actually work really, really well, so we'll find out very soon. We do have the robotics bay coming down right now, so we could be seeing that Phoenix Colossus unit composition that's been really, really effective apparently in the high level PvZ. But anyway, here comes the Zealots already, and they're going to do a lot of damage right now, warping in a couple of Stalkers as well to try and take down the supply depots. I think that's actually going to be a bit of a mistake. He should really try and move all those Zealots into the mineral line, right? And that was actually, so here comes the Zealots right now. They're going to try and chase the SCVs, and even though they're not doing any kills, you got to remember, they're actually delaying the mining of so many SCVs, and that's actually doing quite a lot of damage to LXE's economy right now. And as you can see, LXE is actually not gaining any minerals. He's gaining very, very few minerals right now. And this, I think actually that particular warper is going to be a little bit silly. You should actually just get rid of. You should actually just try and run the war prism right now. And that harassment was effective enough to pull quite a lot of SCVs. There's actually 2 pages of SCVs and mules. So that was actually good. And also, you got to also remember that actually delayed the attack of LXE. LXE was actually looking to push out, but with that little harass, he had to actually bring his entire army back just to take out that amount of units, which I think was a bit of a mistake from LXE. I would have tried to split my army a little bit, because it was just actually a couple of Zealots and a couple of Stalkers. Wasn't really that necessary to bring all your units. But now LXE is going for the big push now. He's actually going to try and do his big delayed attack. He's also got 1 tank as well, so that should be interesting. We also have these 2 scouting medevacs, but of course with the War Prism here, B can actually see those medevacs, so he needs to just run those away, because those medevacs, you got to remember, medevacs are tier 3 units, so ultimately they're actually quite valuable, and every medevac that you lose is actually going to be quite critical in your unit composition. Now we have the siege tank sieged up already, so he's going to try and maybe bait these units into the siege tank fire. That would actually be really, really good, but LXE needs to try and micro. The siege tank's actually doing a bit of damage to his own units as well. Here comes the Colossus, and will LXE try and kill off the Colossus? No, he's actually not going to focus fire on the Colossus, and that Colossus did so much damage. The cannons are actually going to try and do quite a lot of damage as well. They're actually raking in the kills. This Colossus already have 4 kills, and the siege tank is actually going to fall as well. And the Zealots are going to take out the siege tank, no problem. And of course, no health was lost on that Colossus. Meanwhile, another drop coming in for LXE here. Is actually going to try and do a bit of harass. He should try and take out the pylons. Oh, if he takes out these 2 pylons, this is actually going to be quite a good move for LXE here, because those 2 pylons are actually just powering everything right now. He's going to take out the power to the forge, and who's actually getting the shield upgrades, and also the 3 gateways. That's actually going to be really, really critical. Meanwhile, we do have a bit of zealot harass right here for B. He's actually going to do a little bit of damage, but unfortunately the defense of LXE is actually going to be a little bit good. It's actually going to be good enough. Oh, this Colossus is actually going to fall, but unfortunately LXE loses quite a lot of units. He should actually just try and go for the pylons right now. What is he going to do? Yes, he's actually going to go for the pylons, and will he actually get the pylons in time? I think he does get this pylon down, which means, but the forge upgrade, I think, was actually finished. So unfortunately for LXE, the Protoss units now have 1 shield and 1 armor. They actually have 1-1-1. So actually, wow, I didn't actually realize that B decided to go for all the upgrades. So he's already got 1-1-1 on his ground army, so that's actually really, really good. Meanwhile, if we look at LXE, he's got 1-1. So right now the upgrades are, generally speaking, they're actually quite even. So that's pretty good for LXE actually, because he's got quite a bit more supply right now, and Terran units right now do pretty well against Protoss units, except against things like Colossus. Bio is not that great against Colossus, and especially when the Colossus is being supported by other units like Zealots and Stalkers. But right now, these Colossus need to micro right now, and because this one Colossus is going to die. No, this one Colossus is not going to die, which means LXE needs to run away, and he's going to lose these tanks. That was a bit of a bad engagement for LXE, and he realized, and now he sees a third Nexus coming down for B. So right now LXE is actually really, really behind, but he does have like 1,000 minerals, so he needs to try and pump out even more units. We do see Void Rays coming out right now, coming from the Proxy Stargate. That's actually a pretty sneaky move. Gonna try and use those to take out this missile turrets, but I feel like there's just gonna be way too many missile turrets there for the Void Rays to actually do enough damage. However, there's actually quite a scary army right here. Do we have any defense for LXE? He does have quite a few units, but I feel like that amount of Marines is just going to melt to these 2 Colossus. They're just going to do so much damage, and we already have +2 coming down for B right now. And meanwhile, LXE is going to try and attack. He should really try and attack this army right now. These Stalkers need to try and save the Colossus, although with 1 Viking, I feel like that's just not going to do enough damage at all. We should be seeing a GG from LXE very, very soon. There it is. So LXE has a B. Actually, B has taken the game. And yeah, I feel like in this particular match, LXE he had the right defenses, and he tried to defend a lot. And I think he just wasn't aggressive enough with his drop here. If he actually just attacked, like I said, if he actually unpowered these buildings right here, that would have done so much damage. If he had the right defense, and the harass of B was actually pretty good, but otherwise just a bit unfortunate. Also, the macro of LXE is not optimal. If you're sitting at 2,300 minerals, you should probably expand about twice and then build like a bunch of production facilities, mainly barracks, because you want to get mainly barracks and starports actually, because you want to get the Vikings out as quickly as you can, and then you want to have a bio army to take out the ground army. But anyway, that was pretty fun. So anyway, thanks for watching. Yeah, okay, subscribe to my YouTube channel for more StarCraft 2 Heart of the Swarm action. You can also follow me on Twitter at Magician88. I guess you can follow me on Twitch.tv as well. Twitch.tv/Magician88, where I stream. I have been streaming by casts, because I don't want to waste time uploading them. On Australian internet, it takes forever. 600 megabytes. 600 megabyte video will take 5 hours. No joke. A 20 megabyte video will take half an hour. Australian internet. We're gonna make it better, but until then, it's gonna be terrible. Luckily, though, the stream is not lagging too hard, I don't think. Anyway, regardless, that's about it. So, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye!